Hey YouTube world, it's Kayla again here at Brodrick Family Farm, and I thought I would take you guys along, and we are about to get ready to start planting. It is the last week of March, and we normally like to plant after the first week of April because we kind of get some late freezes. And so we are going to get this area ready for some planting. There's our greenhouse, kind of just keep some of our right now we got lettuce, broccoli, onions, show you that in there, and planted some strawberries last week, some jalapenos, get a jump start on that. There's our cabbage and some buncheon onions. So that's just kind of what our greenhouse has been this winter. Just a little trial and error. We just put this up and I was like, hey, I want to grow something this winter. So that's what we did. But I'm going to get this camera set up. We're going to till up that area. Justin's going to make another area. If you caught our other video where he cut down some branches to let in some light for our yellow and red onions, some potatoes, and the man loves corn. So we're going to figure out somewhere to put some corn too. So just hit that like, subscribe, follow along with us here, and check out me just getting some land prepped for some upcoming spring planting fun. Okay, so that's it. I pulled out all the weed barrier. It's been in there for like, I think 18 months now. It's kind of weathered and sun. We're kind of in northern and central Oklahoma, so we get the harsh of everything. This is some compost I went and pulled out of the chicken coop. It's pretty hot, probably really full of nitrogen. So I'm going to dump that on here before we till it up, loosen the ground a little bit. Nothing too extreme. It's not really, honestly, I might even just take a rake over all of this because we live on the river, so it's pretty sandy soil, which is great for some things and the absolute worst for others. But part of farming. So dump that out. That looks like a freaking tomato plant. Anyways, gonna dump some of that out and then till it back in. I just took all that other stuff over to our burn pile, dumped it in the burn pile. Throw this in the compost in here. All right, gonna keep going at it. Okay, so easy as that. And I'm quite impressed with that. That's just a Legend rototiller. I think we bought it like Home Depot or Lowe's or something, Atwood, something like that. But we just bought it because we needed it for a project. And it was like $55 to either rent one, or it was, I think, $100 to buy it. And I was like, well, heck, it might be cheap. It might not be worth the crap, but 2 rentals and we're ahead. So it fired up, I think, on the 3rd pull. I think the oil dipstick is broken, so I didn't want to run it much longer than what I did because I'm really not sure how much oil's in it, and it's been sitting all winter. So I'm gonna have Justin check that out. But that's it. I'm gonna water this down here. Just kind of give since it's so windy out, give the weed blocker something to kind of stick to as I lay it down and pin it back down. As you can see, that weed blocker, that's pretty darn good. And it's just your standard Members Mark weed blocker I bought one day. Went in town and grocery shopping, and it's a huge roll. And I mean, I've had it for, like I said, I think it's been here 18 months. And I think I bought it when we did this project, and we'll probably use it again over here when we do the video on Justin's garden area. He might come home and work on that later. I don't know. It's been a pretty busy week. Sorry we haven't got as much content as we want out. That's our goal, is to get as much content as we want to, guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and lay down this weed blocker if I can find it. Whoop. If I can find it. I don't know if anybody else's husband puts everything exactly right back where he got it. I'm not the lucky one. Mine doesn't. So I am the gardener though, so I should know where our weed blocker is. But I'm gonna go grab that and get it laid down. See, he did put it back, or I put it back. I don't know who, but we're gonna give him the credit. So it was back right by the gardening shelf. So this should be a really short, easy video. Okay, so as you could see when I did that first strip, I only did the outside line by the fencing, and then the edges, but I don't do it in the middle until I come back with some more spikes, so I can just conserve what spikes we use. And we just bought these little spikes off Amazon, I believe. They actually work really well, and they hold it down in place. I mean, you guys seen how in place it was when I pulled it up originally. So it works pretty good. I like it. Keeps it taut. But yeah, I'll just go through here, and I really like it to be tight, so our plants have a straight grow line once we poke the hole through them. And which I'm not going to do any planting today. I still don't trust the weather. We have some more cold nights ahead for sure, and potentially some colder days. I don't think we'll get anything near detrimental to killing any plant, but I'm just not gonna chance it. It's not worth it to me. I'll wait 10 extra days. I got plenty of other things to do on my to-do list that'll keep me busy before it's time to plant. Justin loves to plant. So he's like, are we planting? Are we planting? What are we doing this weekend? We're gonna plant. But we're just gonna wait just a tad longer if I can hold him off. And this is just what I'm doing. If you guys have any recommendations or how you do it on your farm or in your garden, or any best practices that, hey, maybe I didn't need to till it up, or I just assume that with new growth that the easier the ground is, the better the roots can get established. But if you have recommendations on, hey, we do it this way, we found out one year it worked better in your area, if you're in my zone, let me know. I mean, I'm not saying this is how it should be done. This is, quite frankly, I think maybe probably the 8th year I've had a garden, and I learn every season. Every year, Justin's really good about, and if y'all don't know, Justin's my husband. If you guys haven't watched any of our other videos and you're just tuning in for the first time, today he's at work right now, but he's really good at saying, hey, let's try this. What's the worst that can happen, kind of thing. So we always try new things, and he always gets drunk. Like last year, he got real jonesed up about watermelons, and they actually turned out good, I think, for the first year crop. I mean, there's a lot of bugs in our zone, in our region, that could have made it a lot worse, and we didn't get any vine beetles. We had I think we did like 8 plants, and we harvested probably 15 or 20 pumpkins. So I think that's pretty good for a first year note. I know they're not the easiest things to grow, so I was happy with that. How do you guys do on your pumpkin, watermelon, or pumpkins? I mean, they're kind of the same thing as far as the vine beetles and everything that they're susceptible to. But how do you guys do? If you guys in 7A or 7B zones, how's the watermelon growth go for you? Or have you ever tried it? Do you want to try it? Got any pointers for a newbie? Drop it down in the comments there. Back up with this little rabbit barrier, as we'll call it. Don't take much to keep them out. And them little fellers can get through the tiniest of anything, but knock on wood, they haven't got through this yet. Or they have if I don't put it back up right, but seems to keep them out just fine. So hummingbirds, they say, are coming soon, so got out our hummingbird feeder. And deer. We have a lot of deer too down here. Like I mentioned, we live on the Cimarron River, so it's a good water source for wildlife, obviously, and where there's a good water source, there's always prey and predators. So Another reason why we only let our birds free range supervised anymore is because normally migration patterns follow water, and being along the mighty Cimarron, it is a migration path for a lot of predators that enjoy chicken for dinner. Quite frankly, I'm not fond of our birds. Getting picked apart in the field. Oh, I have one, but I'll drink it.
Well, you've done good, baby. You've done good.
Thank you. And I know you guys probably can't see this, but I'm literally just taking these little frayed chicken wire parts and twisting them back over the fence or around the fence, and try not to leave any big holes. Try to do like every other chicken wire line. Like I said, this is really for rabbits because we have a lot of rabbits in this area, and try to keep them out.
You want to go ahead and stake the bottom off?
Yeah. So last year I'd put this all up and I forgot what we had planted. What, you remember what we planted?
Last year?
Well, that one time when, anyways, we had planted something and it had just sprouted. Man, I can't even think what it was.
Onions or corn?
It was like, yeah, it was onions or corn or something, but it had just sprouted. And you know, if this is your first year to gardening or you've been doing it for a long time, once you get those first spring sprouts, like, oh, it just sinks in the thrill of being a gardener or farmer or whatever. And I had not backfilled it, and I had left about, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches of gap on the ground here. And of course, Bugs Bunny had found his way in here, and not all, but probably like 50% had just the little nibbles off the top. Just plucked the noob off. And it was quite depressing, to be honest. But luckily it was only about a week into it, so we just came back through and backfilled it, or back planted, so then we kind of just had some offset harvest, which was nice. And then, yeah, so that was the first inconvenience of gardening season 2024. The second was in June. I believe it was June. But if anybody's in 7A, 7B, you know that June is the holy grail time, you know? It's when everything is matured, the sun and the heat and the moisture and everything's just right for F1 winds and hail, lightning. It had came through, and we were right in the smack dab of the path of destruction. My dad had texted me earlier today. It was like, hey, keep your eyes on the storm. I was like, oh yeah, I see. It was like way up north, like Ponca City, and even north of Stillwater. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, like, we were outside. I think we even grilled and stuff. But I'd say about 9:30 or so, hell came with it. And do you know the hardest thing about recording and making content as a newbie is you can never dot all your I's and cross your T's. And I'm the biggest dot your I and cross your T's person. So anyways, the camera died last time. I know I was finishing up on the story of the summer season of 2024, but lo and behold, it's done. We got the fencing back filled, put the weed blocker back in, got a little bit of fertilization in there, got everything, put some water on it. You can kind of see the low spots. That's why I did the water. See where it's kind of low, if anything's way too low. There's a couple spots I'm gonna have to kind of go back through and fill up. But that was today's project. Should be a pretty short video. Took me a little over an hour to do. This video should turn out to be about 10 minutes or so. Fingers crossed. I'm trying to make shorter content because I know not everybody's interested in watching an hour of video, so we're trying to grasp that shorter videos. But I appreciate you guys following along tonight. Hit that like, subscribe, and again, comment if you have any good gardening music, any recommendations on that, or if you would have did anything different prepping your garden bed for season 2025. We appreciate you guys following along with us. Do your best, stay blessed. We'll talk to you guys soon.